Got something on your mind, do you? I don't want to talk about that. Yes, you do. You may mean well enough, but my private affairs are just that. Private. Let me tell you something. Once you've lived as many years as I have, you'll have yourself a long, long list of memories. If you're lucky, most of them will be good. If you're not, some will be bad. If you're really unlucky, some will be so bad you never want to be reminded of them again, ever. You'll go far away, to a place that doesn't hold any memories at all. And there you'll be happy just to forget and be forgotten. Partly, maybe. I doubt I could ever explain it to you fully, even if I wanted to. Let me ask you this. Have you ever been in love? Truly in love, I mean, and not simple infatuation. Exactly. You're still at the beginning of your life. There will be women in your life, perhaps many women. But if you're fortunate, you'll find love once. The Jedi, with their damnable sense of over-caution, would tell you love is something to avoid. Thankfully, anyone who's even partially alive knows that's not true. Love doesn't lead to the dark side. Passion can lead to rage and fear, and can be controlled. But passion is not the same thing as love. Controlling your passions while being in love, that's what they should teach you to beware. But love itself will save you, not condemn you. Listen to me go on as if I had all the answers. What do I know of love anymore? I'm just a lonely old man who's not even a Jedi. Nope, never was. Technically, I never rose above the rank of Padawan for various reasons. Does that surprise you? In my case, becoming a Jedi would have been a formality. I doubt the Order and I would have gotten along well, considering my opinions on things such as love. Love causes pain, certainly. Inevitably, love is going to lead to as much sorrow and regret as it does joy. I suppose there are perfect, eternal loves out there, but I haven't seen any. And how do you deal with the bad part of love is what determines your character. What determines the dark side's hold over you. I haven't changed my mind. I'm still not going to talk about it. You go and find your own love if you want to know so badly. I'll tell you one thing. Sometimes, no matter how hard you try, you and the one you love simply aren't meant to be together. The trick is to know when that is. To know when it's time to fight and when it's time to part ways. There I go, waxing philosophical again. Somebody blast me already. Let's get going before I start talking in riddles, damn it. Got something on your mind, do you? Who said I left the Jedi? Well, technically I was only a Padawan. Not that that makes a difference to most, but as for the Order itself, no, I never left it. It left me. You know what I hate? Well, lots of things really, but I'm old and easily annoyed, but that's besides the point. What I really hate are how most people view the Jedi. Everyone thinks that the Jedi are perfect, that they can do no wrong. They think the Jedi Council is completely incapable of injustice. I guess you aren't as stupid as you sometimes act. No doubt you've been on the receiving end of Jedi justice at least once, eh? And I'm not even talking about how some of us fall to the dark side. No, that's plenty indication of our fallibility, but it's something else entirely. No, I'm talking about how more than often not, your average robe-wearing Jedi can try to do the right thing and still be completely wrong. No, the Jedi always treated me well. It would be foolish and untrue to say otherwise. That's not what I meant anyway. Come to think of it, I don't have to be clear. Someone my age is entitled to ramble, damn it. But for your sake, I'll try to explain. I'll tell you a little tale about a Jedi master I once knew. Hortath, I think. Or was it Hortoth? I can never get it straight. Where was I then? Oh yes, Master Hortath. He was a kindly old Jedi who meant well, but the most nearsighted thing in the Corps, I swear. He would walk into walls, knock over tables, mistake apprentices for rancor beasts, that sort of thing. And he was too proud to submit to proper treatment. Some used to counsel him in the urge to use the Force, Master Hordath. Allow the Force to see for you. But he refused to believe that his eyes were failing. He simply squinted more and more as the years went on, the other Jedi resignedly passing it off as the amusing quirk of a compassionate old man. So, one day a young Padawan meets Master Hordath in the courtyard and, not knowing of his blindness, asks him for directions to the council. Quite sure of himself, Hordath gave the lad directions, which happened to lead back outside and away from the Enclave. The Padawan is confused, naturally, and he asks if Master Hordath is sure, and of course Master Hordath says that he is. The Padawan suggests that perhaps he should ask someone else, but the proud Hordath now feels insulted. He tells the Padawan to take the route he prescribed and no other. Rather dejectedly, the Padawan did as he was told, and so ended up leaving the Jedi Order forever. It was decided that the boy's fate was to leave the Order anyway, though whether that was out of respect for Hordath or because the boy went on to something else, well, we'll never know. Not much. I never knew the Padawan nor met Master Hordath himself. He was before my time. The tale is about blindness, and I thought the point was clear. At any rate, you think about it. You're the one who asked why the Jedi left me, remember? Now let's get going. My feet are itching for a good run.
Uchua penki, tangi tuamaji, human ak in ikatune, chi itakanki, chana kilikon, chiwa aita kanki. Tong hi tuama ak inkotune, o tong hi wama ji aki inkotun, tong panokun, nonek, chiwi aita ka chong chicha, ki mulira kun king, kimba nokun nikdota. Chiwa aita kang kicha na kupornibo. Kun muliras nimo poiwanga tang ituamaji human ak in ikatune. Chiwa aita kang kicha na kupornibo. Kun muliras nimo poiwanga tang ituamaji human ak in ikatune. Chiwi aita ka chong chicha. Agi inkotune chuna mulira tang ituamaji kona. Tong ipa nongku nek abog chiwa aita kang kicha na kupornibo. Kun muliras nimo poiwanga tang ituamaji human ak in ikatune. Jiska dosoki kopa bono nakachu labora na winki smack toma kuyami jusku chitanai uchua penki topa na otobokasa yubabato kanchi Yatuka ulan, tong hi tuama aki inkotune, o tong hi wama ji aki inkotun, tong panokun, nonek, chiwi aita ka chong chicha, ki mulira kun king, kimba nokun nikdota, jiska dosoki, kopa bono nakachu, labora na winki smack toma, kuyami jusku chitanai, uchua penki, topa na otobokasa, Yubabato kanchi, yatuka ulan. Tong hi tuama aki inkotune, o tong hi wama ji aki inkotun, tong panokun, nonek, chiwi aita ka chong chicha, ki mulira kun king, kimba nokun nikdota. Jiska dosoki, kopa bono nakachu, labora na winki smack toma, Kuyami jusku chitanai, uchua penki, topa na otobokasa, yubabato kanchi, yatuka ulan, tong hi tuama aki inkotune, o tong hi wama ji aki inkotun, tong panokun, nonek, chiwi aita ka chong chicha, ki mulira kun king, kimba nokun nikdota, chiwi aita ka chong chicha, Agi inkotune chuna mulira tangi wama jikona tong kipa non kunek abog Chiwa aita kang kicha na chupornibo kun muli ras nimo poiwanga tang itwamaji human act in ikatune Jiska dosoki kopa bono nakachu labora na winki smack toma kuyami jusku chitanai uchua penki topa na oto bokasa yubabato kanchi yatuka ulan tong hitwama aki inkotune otong hiwama ji aki inkotun tong panokun nonek chiwi aita ka chong chicha ki mulira kunkin Kimba no konik lota chiwi aita ka chong chicha agi inko tune chuna muli ra tangi wama jiko na tong kipa no kunek abog Jiska dosoki kopa bono nakachu labora na winki smack toma kuyami jusku chitanai uchua penki topa na oto bokasa Yubabato kanchi yatuka ulan chiwa aita kang kicha na chupornibo kun muli ras nimo poiwanga tang itwamaji human act in ikatune chiwi aita ka chong chicha agi inko tune chuna muli ra tang itwamaji kona tong kipa non kunek abog chiwi aita ka chong chicha Agi inko tune chuna muli ra tangi wama jiko na tong kipa non kunek abog chiwa aita kang kicha na chupornibo kun muli ras nimo poiwanga tangi wama ji human act in ikatune chiwi aita ka chong chicha agi inko tune chuna muli ra tangi wama jiko na tong kipa non kunek abog Ki mulira kunkin tong hitwama aki inko tune chiwi aita ka chong chicha agi inko tune chuna mulira tong hitwama jiko na tong kipa non kunek abog tong hitwama aki inko tune otong hitwama ji aki inko tune tong panokun nonek chiwi aita ka chong chicha Ki mulira kunkin Kimba no konik lota Ki mulira kunkin Tong hitwama aki inko tune Tong hitwama aki inko tune Otong hitwama ji aki inko tune Tong panokun nonek Chiwi aita ka chong chicha Ki mulira kunkin Kimba no konik lota Chiwi aita ka chong chicha agi inko tune chuna muli ra tangi wama jiko na tong kipa non kunek abog jiska dosoki kopa bono nakachu labora na winki smack toma kuyami jusku chitanai uchua penki topa na oto bokasa yubabato kanchi yatuka ulan tong hitwama aki inko tune Otong hiwama ji aki inkotun tong panokun nonek chiwi aita ka chong chicha ki mulira kunkin kimba no konik lota Jiska dosoki kopa bono nakachu labora na winki smack toma kuyami jusku chitanai uchua penki topa na oto bokasa yubabato kanchi Yatuka ulan tong hitwama aki inko tune otong hiwama ji aki inko tune tong panokun nonek chiwi aita ka chong chicha ki mulira kunkin kimba no konik lota jiska dosoki kopa bono nakachu labora na winki smack toma kuyami jusku chitanai uchua penki topa na oto bokasa yubabato kanchi yatuka ulan tong hitwama aki inko tune otong hiwama ji aki inko tune tong panokun nonek chiwi aita ka chong chicha ki mulira kunkin Kimba no konik dota. Chiwi aita ka tong chicha. Agi inko tune chunamuri ra. Tangi wama jikona. Tong kipa no kunek abog. Tong hit wama aki inko tune. O tong hi wama ji aki inko tune. Tong pa no kun no nek. Chiwi aita ka tong chicha. Ki mulira kun king. Kimba no konik dota. Jiska dosoki, kopa bono nakachu. Labora na winki smack toma. Kuyami jusku chitanai. Uchua penki. Topa na oto bokasa. Yubabato kanchi. Yatuka ulan. Tong hit wama aki inko tune. O tong hi wama ji aki inko tune. Tong pa no kun no nek. Chiwi aita ka tong chicha. Ki mulira kun king. Kimba no konik dota. Ki mulira kun king. Tong hit wama aki inko tune. Chiwi aita ka tong chicha. Agi inko tune chunamuri ra. Tong hit wama jikona. Tong kipa no kunek abog.
Takum justak miki grabel mogo. Kachi chu ay donga tulpada bonk molya gando danago chuchut. Moga shampumpa bolawan na chikni. Pamul slik mo podana wanga kun bist mulira best. Tonghay tuam jiji yumalit pa ang yingkotu. Tulbada bunkwalya gando de nago chuchut, kachi chuay haudunga. Yumalit ka inkotun, jilo mulra de ne bobo. Munko kun biskang, bamulara. Takum justak miki grabel mogo. Kachi chuay haudunga, tulbada bunkwalya gando de nago chuchut. Moga shampumpa, bolawan na chikni. Pamul slik mo podana wanga kun bist mulira best. Tonghay tuam jiji yumalit pa ang yingkotu. Tulbada bunkwalya gando de nago chuchut, kachi chuay haudunga. Yumalit ka inkotun, jilo mulra de ne bobo. Munko kun biskang, bamulara. Takum justak miki grabel mogo. Kachi chu ay haudunga, tulpada bonk molya gando danago chuchut. Moga shampumpa, bolawan na chikni. Pamul slik mo podana wanga kun bist mulira best. Tonghay tuam jiji yumalit pa ang yingkotu. Tulbada bunkwalya gando de nago chuchut, kachi chuay haudunga. Yumalit ka inkotun, jilo mulra de ne bobo. Munko kun biskang, bamulara. Rundi haudunga kuhungabi. Wana kunbes, jink palamul tong king ba na kongkek. Tung ting ta chun kun nek mulira best, kachi chuay haudunga. Yin kin kun no ba mulira chinkun. Slima podonna. Rundi haudunga kun hunkabi. Takum justak miki grabel mogo. Kachi chuay haudunga, tulpada bonk molya gando danago chuchut. Moga shampumpa, bolawan na chikni. Pamul slik mo podana wanga kun bist mulira best. Rundi haudunga kuhungabi. Wana kunbes, Chink palamul tong king ba na konkek. Tung ting ta chun kun nek mulira best. Tonga bug sham uninong. Wanga kun beast king ba mulira. Chuni yun tun jiji aitha doana. Kavavol muljui. Kamana. Kachichu aitha odunga. Yin kin kun no ba mulira chikun. Slima podonna. Rundi hodonga kun hunkabi. Takum justak miki grabel mogo. Kachichu aitha hodonga. Tulpada bonk molya gando danago churchut. Moga shampungpa bolawana chikni. Bamul slik mo podana wanga kun bist mulira best. Tonghai tuam jiji yumalith pa ang inkotu. Tolbada bunk walya gando tenago churchut. Kachi chuay haudunga. Yumalith ka inkotun. Chilo mulra de bobo. Wonka kun biskang. Bamulara.
Got something on your mind, do you? How many could you possibly need? And besides, I don't have enough supplies on me to put some more together. Ask me later when you're actually in need and I'm less tired. I'm not a kit factory, you know. Got something on your mind, do you? Bad men. Women, too, to be fair. Oh, indeed. They make a fine sandwich also. But don't tell the Jedi Council I said that. And just what gave you the impression that I know anything more about the Sith than you do? Oh, that's right. Damn the ears of the young. I was expecting you to be your usual inattentive self when I mentioned that. So it's true, yes. I fought plenty of Sith. That was during the time of Exar Kun. Oh, 40 years ago now. Has it been that long? Exar was a Jedi who was corrupted by ghosts of the old Sith, or so they say. He attempted to conquer the Republic and create a new golden age of the Sith. Better to say he was defeated, but essentially, yes. The victory did not come easily, however. That is not a pleasant time to remember. After Exar Kun fell to the dark side, he attempted to recruit other Jedi to his cause. What surprised us, what took us completely unprepared, was how utterly successful he was. Many Jedi joined him and became Sith themselves. Why they did, I I will never truly know, but they did. Battle broke out throughout the Order, pupil against master. We fought ourselves. Yes, more than difficult. Next to impossible. How do you fight against someone you love? I dislike such memories. It leaves a taste in the mouth that... it is a sadness I thought I had put aside long ago. Ask me about the war some other time, just not now. I would prefer to be by myself for now.
You felt it, yes? Another vision? The Force continues to work through us, showing us the star maps unearthed by Revan and Malak. There are some who believe Korriban is the birthplace of the Sith. This planet is an evil place. There are secrets here best left uncovered. During the vision, I felt cold and trapped, almost as if I was buried alive. It felt like we were in some kind of tomb. No doubt things will become more clear once we discover the star map's location. Maybe you're right. Most of the Dark Jedi would only know me by name, but there are a few among them who might recognize my face. For the safety of our mission, I must remain on the Ebon Hawk while we are on this planet.
Got something on your mind, do you? Not particularly. I suppose you're going to nag me until I cough it up, aren't you? Nothing is private anymore, it looks like. There's no escaping it, I guess. So be it. My wife's name was Neyama. She was the Yukatis enforcer who shot me out of the sky, if you remember. My wife had plenty to do with the war. Upon meeting her, I knew right away that she was strong in the Force. That's why she was able to shoot me down. Neyama was a marvel of a woman. Fiery, determined, smart. She dragged me to the capital and foiled 3 of my attempts to escape prison. Oh, and that body. Well, yes, that. Needless to say, I eventually won her over. That was after I kidnapped her upon being broken out of the Yukatis prison, mind you. But, that's another story entirely. At any rate, I wanted to train her in the Jedi way. The Council refused my request, naturally. I was still a Padawan at the time. I was an experienced Padawan, surely, but not yet ready to be a full Jedi, and certainly not ready to train another, especially not one so old as my wife. Neyama was intrigued by the idea of becoming a Jedi. She liked the idea of power too much, perhaps, but I certainly didn't see that at the time. I believed in her and trained her in secret. I ignored her willful nature. I loved her too much to see fault in her, and she loved me too. I know she did. At the time, our love was a shared bliss, better than anything I had known before or since. Exar Kun is what happened. Neyama was inspired by Exar's promises of a new golden age. She wanted to join him. She came to me, pleading with me to throw aside what she called the decrepit trappings of the Jedi, to join her in Exar's war. I hadn't thought so, not right then. I was too proud to believe that of her. I had trained her myself. I loved her. I pleaded with her to reconsider, to think about all that she was throwing away, to think about what she would become. She would have none of it. Finally, in frustration, she attacked me. She drew her lightsaber and attempted to strike me down. It was a scene being repeated everywhere throughout the galaxy. Pupil against master. In my case, it was a long and terrible battle, but I defeated her. No, I had her at my mercy, disarmed and defenseless. She looked up at me and she knew I couldn't do it. But I should have. Sometimes I convince myself otherwise, but it's no use. She had fallen to the dark side when she raised her saber against me, and I let her go. To my shame, she went on to kill many Jedi during the war, until she herself was slain in the final battle. I grieved for her death, inevitable as it was, even as the Jedi Council put me on trial for my actions once the war was over. I had trained Neyama against their wishes. I had failed to kill her when I had the chance, and she went on to kill others. Not to mention that I had remained a Padawan throughout the war. A formality, perhaps, but with the trial, it had to be decided if I was worthy to become a Jedi at all. It was a travesty, of course. I told you that even the Jedi were capable of great injustices, didn't I? Not at all. They found me innocent, even though I deserved every punishment and more. They let me go. Mitigating circumstances, they said. I deserved compassion, they said. They said I had learned wisdom the hard way. For all I had done during the war, they wished to raise me to full Jedi status at long last. That was when the Jedi left me. That was when they failed me. For my pride? For my cowardice? Which do you think is the act more befitting a Jedi? They may have been able to forgive me. I could never forgive myself. Yes, I do, I suppose. Does that surprise you? It is all so long ago, lost in the winds, I suppose. Nobody cares what an old man believes anymore, do they? Let's continue on with the task at hand. I would prefer to think of the present today.
Uh-huh. Yes?
Nice to see the Hawk still in one piece. Beauty of a ship, that. Oh, nobody's special. I just do the routine maintenance work for the ships that come in. I used to see the Hawk here all the time. Ah, I've seen this little ship before plenty of times. Used to make runs for the Exchange, didn't it? Korriban's nice and remote. The kind of place the Exchange likes. You don't need to worry about me saying anything. I don't give a whit what you do with your ship. Smuggling's what the Hawk was made for, though. You sure can. Not much. It's a pretty barren planet, to tell the truth. Not of much interest to anyone. Unless you're a Sith, I guess. They seem to think this place is something special. Probably all them ruins they found on the surface. That's the reason they built their academy here, I guess. To dig all them ruins up. There's people that come here from all over Sith space to try and join the academy. Most of them die, I hear. Pretty gruesome business, that. You don't. Not unless you're a Sith in the Academy. They're the only ones allowed on the surface. They pay Czerka to ship things in and out, I guess, but that's all closely monitored. I don't know. There's all kinds of hopefuls in the colony trying to get in. Why don't you ask one of them? A star map? You mean like a navigation chart? If them Sith found a star map in those ruins, nobody's ever mentioned it. Yep, take care now.
Chibedwana ni bobo. Tonk nabung shanun yang. Tonk patogas maktelia. Takum justak miki grabel mogo. Kachi chu aithaudonga. Tulpada bonk molya gando danago chuchut. Moga shampungpa. Bolawana chikni. Pamul slik mo podana wanga kun bist mulira best. Chibedwana ni bobo. Tonk nabung shanun yang. Tonk patogas maktelia. Kuya mi juz kachita naipatoga ya fulki kukula jiti. Kawana bota aayut tagwa. Kankidorati kun mwatati mana ithabola. Uy, ithanadana yitya. Kunti chani. Tong patogas maktelia. Rundi haudonga kuhungabi. Wana kunbes. Jink palamul tong king ba na kongkek. Tung ting tachun kun nek mulira best. Kuya mi juz kachita naipatoga ya fulki kukula jiti. Kawana bota aayut tagwa. Kankidorati kun mwatati mana ithabola. Achuta, wanga kun pistol piking kunyana, tong patogas maktelia. Tabistyo bong konki pangpa, ching palachiska muli, tuni rana no prata dunk no sercha doma wama kun bestoma. Nisha jilocha kin kun no bamuli raji kun, tong hai tuam jiji yumalit pa ang inkotu. Tolbada bunk walyagando de nago chuchut, kachi chua ithaudonga. Yumalit ka inkotun, chilo mulra de nebobo. Unka kun biskang, bamulara. Takum justak miki grabel mogo. Kachi chua ithaudonga, tolbada bunk walyagando de nago chuchut. Moga shampungpa, bolawana chikni. Pamul slik mo podana wanga kun bist mulira best. Kuya mi juz kachita naipatoga ya fulki kukula jiti. Kawana bota aayut tagwa. Kankidorati kun mwatati mana ithabola. Ako chekopa. Jino mulira king pajak slimo poidwana. Tabistyo bong konki pangpa, ching palachiska muli, tuni rana no prata dunk no sercha doma wama kun bestoma. Nisha jilocha kin kun no bamuli raji kun. Tuni pudu, rana no prata dunk no sercha ichua penki. Mucha shak pangpa, inkin kun no ba mulri rachi kun.
No, that is the wrong answer. Again, you pathetic hopefuls can't possibly all be this stupid, can you?
Watawama mulira, kin kun jope shak, no ba mulira ji. Joni yun turung chi, wi itadia. Pola una chinek. Ba mulirat slimo anga kun bisking.
I'm no master, yet, but I like the sound of that. All right, one more question. A lot of you is trying my patience. All right, let's say you become a Sith and I am your commanding officer. I give you an order to spare the life of an enemy. Do you do it?
Of course, Shaldan. Anything you command us.
We would never oppose you.
No. Oh, do you honestly believe that the Sith are in need of such sniveling cowards? Mercy is a weakness. If your leader shows weakness, it is your duty to kill him and show true authority, true power. That is why the Sith are strong.
Tunipudu! Rana no prata dung no sercha ichua penki!
No, you don't understand, and you probably never will. You wouldn't survive 5 seconds in the academy. The other students would tear you apart. Bah! I can't be bothered with fools. Perhaps I should... You, Jedi! You're looking to get in the academy, are you not? Well, of course you are. Why else would you be here? Let me pose a question to you. These hopefuls will never survive in the academy. A lesson must be taught here, but I am at a loss as to what form it should take.
Well, if you can't think of anything cruel, you really shouldn't be out here, young man, should you?
I wasn't talking to you. I'm thinking to spare them the effort of being killed and do it myself. Perhaps I shall turn their skin inside out. Or force lightning. Yes, it's a most impressive display. Or perhaps a bit of humiliation is in order. I could easily strip off their tunics and make them run through the colony. Or they could lose all control of their bodily functions. What do you think? I just can't seem to decide.
Please help us!
Silence! Of course I can kill them. The Sith can do whatever they like on Korriban, and frankly, these worms rather deserve it. That's for you to decide, however. Let them go. And what could possibly convince me to do that? Oh? My, but that is rather intrepid of you. I don't think I've had someone stand up to me like that in ages. You see, boys? This is the kind of backbone you need if you ever want a hope of becoming a Sith. Now get out of my sight.
So, Jolee, you decided to leave your little hermitage in the forest and come help us stop the Sith. I guess you realized this was worth coming out of retirement for, huh?
Yeah, that's right, Sonny. The Sith are the greatest evil to hit the galaxy since, well, the Mandalorians. And they're the worst thing since Exar Kun, blah, 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 etc., etc., etc.
Okay, old man, you lost me there. You trying to make a point?
Look, everybody always figures the time they live in is the most epic, most important age to end all ages. But tyrants and heroes rise and fall, and historians sort out the pieces. Malak is a tyrant who should be stopped. If he conquers the galaxy, we're in for a couple of rough centuries. Eventually it'll come around again. But I'd rather not wait that long. So we do what we have to do, and we try to stop the Sith. But don't start thinking this war, your war, is more important than any other war just because you're in it.
That's an interesting theory, but I don't buy it. The Republic stands for something. It stood for something for 15,000 years, and if it falls, everything will change forever.
You believe whatever you need to get through this, Sonny. The bottom line is we both want to stop Malak. So let's not get hung up on the details. Let's just get back to stopping him.
Uchua penki, tang itwamaji, human acting ikatune, chi itakanki, chana kilikon, chiwa aita kanki, chaubaso, chino molirani bubo, tonking ba, noku nexag. Nekaba dubaka, patisa, kon mulis limo poi wanga kun viskin, chi itakanki, chana kilikon. Just cronky to patslimo, chi itakanki chana kilikon. Kinba muli radwanaji, kinba noku nixet abog, chi wi aita ka chon chicha. Agi inko tune chuna muli ra, tangit wamaji kuna. Tonki pa noku nek abog, kakincha nawabakaon. Bagwa shank konti machit Jiska dosoki, kopa bono nakachu, Labora na winki smaktoma, kuyami jusku chitanai, uchua penki, topa na ota vokasa, yubabato kanchi, yatuka ulan, chiwi aita ka chong chicha. Agi inko tune chunamuri ra, tangi wama jikona. Tongki pa nonku nek abog baba Hasan shan. No ba muri ra tilai kunka. Kakincha nawabakaon. Bagwa shank konti machit
Most of the merchants head over to Czerka's headquarters if they want to do some trading. I can't wait to get back to the core systems. This planet is dangerous with all those Sith wandering around.
Look here, my dear friends. We have some newcomers to the colony, led by a Jedi, no less. I don't believe I've seen any of them before, have you?
I hate Jedi, and these fallen ones are worse. They always get into the academy, and they think they're better than the rest of us.
Great. Just what we needed. Some punks to come steal our lunch credits.
Smart-mouthed newcomers, to boot.
Looks pretty fresh to me, Lashao.
That's what I thought. Well, stranger, I don't know whether you're aware of this or not, but here on Korriban, the Sith do as they please. And we are Sith. Quite literally, whether you live or die depends upon our whim. What do you think of that, Those are very brave words for such an insignificant person. Do you not realize how many Sith are here in Dresde?
12. No, wait, 13.
Let me kill this one, Lasho. Let me do it.
Now, let's not be hasty. Perhaps our friend here could yet offer up some amusement. What do you say? Amuse us, make us laugh, and we might just consider allowing you to live. What?
I think someone just stood up to you, Lashao.
Shut up, fool, unless you want to be next.
Yeah? Anytime.
Stop it. This is boring. Let's just go back to the academy.
Fine, we'll go. As for you, I'll find you later. Trust me on that.
Greetings. You've heard of that awful business on Idian, yes? Our corporate outpost there has been destroyed by the Wookiee savages. This could put back the use of Wookiee labor considerably. We may even have to abandon the planet completely. Well, what can you do? Sorry. Was there something you needed? We do some mining here, and are responsible for local shipping and support of the Sith on Korriban. Our starport is mostly just freighters and such. But we do get many travelers that come here to learn from the Sith. This office is actually our administrative headquarters for this region. Rather inauspicious, isn't it? We offer good prices here to those traders that keep the colony supplied. If you're in need of anything, this is the place to come. Well, why not? This is Sith space now, and the company has to survive regardless of who is in charge. The Republic, the Sith, the economy has to keep going. Now, was there anything else? Certainly. There truly isn't much to tell, citizen. Dresde was established by the Sith, and we arrived to take advantage of some of the planet's mineral wealth. The only thing that's really unusual about Dresde, I suppose, is that the Sith built their academy on the east side of the colony. You don't find those just anywhere. Not much. The Sith are a rather secretive lot, and they don't allow many into the academy. I hear they claim that Korriban was inhabited long ago by other Sith, but no one really knows if that's true. The planet is certainly uninhabited outside of Dresde, and always has been. Only prospective students. We get many who come here each year hoping to get picked. Many are simply considered too weak, I'm afraid. I understand there is one main person amongst the Sith who decides which students are worthy. Ithorak, I believe her name is. Other than in the academy itself, I'm sorry, I don't know. A star map? We sell navigational components, if that's what you mean. Well, the Sith have some old ruins that interest them up on the surface of the planet. If this map of yours is there, however, they've said nothing about it. Czerka sends freighters to the surface every now and again to ferry artifacts to the core. The men are not allowed out of their ships, however, as only Sith are allowed on the surface. Beyond that, I really can't say. Well, all I know is that they call the site the Valley of the Dark Lords. Apparently, there are Sith lords of old buried in tombs there. I don't know anything else. Neither will you, I'm sure. Only the Sith students are allowed access to the site. Do come again.
Something you need? Nobody you need to know. I'm just here to try to get into the Sith Academy. Why? Why? That's really a dumb question. To become a Sith, of course. To wield the greatest power in the galaxy. Ha! They're weaklings, not worth anyone's attention. It's the Sith that are going to conquer the galaxy, after all. I don't know. I've been here for a few days now, and the Sith still haven't paid me any attention. Suppose I should consider myself lucky. I've heard of some of the prospects getting killed. Still, it's all a test, and I'll just have to be strong. Well, you have to impress one of the Sith. The final decision rests with Ithorak, however. She's the one who decides exactly which of us get into the academy or not. I've been hanging out hoping she'll come by and notice me, to be honest. Usually she's in the academy, but sometimes she comes out into the colony to look for prospects. If she's in the colony, she can usually be found in the Cantina, but not always. She's one of the most powerful Sith in the academy, I hear. Yeah, go on.
I can't wait to get back to the core systems. This planet is dangerous with all those Sith wandering around.
One of Korriban's primary trade routes went through Terrace. Now that it's destroyed, the colony here will have an even harder time of it.
If you're looking to get into the academy, you're going to have a tough time. There's lots of us here trying to get accepted.
Go about your business, please, citizen.
Can you imagine? The Wookiee slaves on Aedean have gone insane and started attacking the Czerka outpost there. It must be horrific.
Uchua penki, tang itwamaji, human act in ikatune, chi itakanki, chana kilikon, chiwa aitakanki. Tong hitwama aki inkotune, or tong hitwama ji aki inkotun, tong panokun, nonek, chiwi aita ka chong chicha, ki mulira kun kin, kinba no kun nik dorcha. Chiwi aita ka chong chicha, agi inkotune chuna mulira, tong hitwama jikona, tong kipa no kun nek abog. Just cronky to patslimo, chi itakanki chana kilikon. Kinba muli radwanaji, kinba no kunikset abog. Chiwi aita ka chong chicha, agi inko tune chuna muli ra, tangi wama jikona. Tonki pa no kunek abog, kakin cha nawabakaon. Pichage borang turang, nada chawa yishun kun. No ba muri rati lai kuka, kang nibo ratong chitsa. Chesko yohaba kaba no pi to ula, nekaba dubaka, patisa. Kon muli slimo po iwanga kun viskin, chi itakanki chana kilikon. Uchua penki, tong itwamaji human act in ikatune, chi itakanki chana kilikon, chiwa aitakanki. Tingkuin ko ka, kinba ni chalora kun, Tung abashun ni chunchi. Kakin cha nawabagaon. Chang waba chinyo shang wi chama ucha wi shung yong kung. Tong ituamachi.
What do you want? I'm trying to get into the Sith Academy. Around here they call us hopefuls. Well, that's the only way to become a Sith, isn't it? In the Academy you learn to use the Force. After the Sith conquer the galaxy, there aren't going to be any more Jedi, are there? I guess I'd rather join the winning side. I thought they were good, but I've been here for days now and I haven't drawn any attention at all. I suppose that might be good, I don't know. Some of the attention the Sith have shown to other hopefuls has been pretty deadly. I wish I knew, to tell you the truth. You have to impress one of the Sith, I guess. Either way, it's Ithorak who makes the final decision. She's a Twi'lek Sith Master, I hear. Very high rank. She's the one who decides which hopefuls make it in and which ones don't. I really couldn't say. I hear that sometimes she comes out into the colony to drink at the Cantina, though. But I guess she could be anywhere. All right. Goodbye.
I can't wait to get back to the core systems. This planet is dangerous with all those Sith wandering around.
Kakin cha nawabagaon. Pichage borang turang. Nada chawa yishun kun. Noba mulira tilai kuka. Kang nibora tong chitsa. Chesko yohaba kaba nopi to ula. Achua pengti. Yun patisa. Tichuba jikotka naga. Kingu mwa mulira dwana. Kimba nikcha lora kun. Smilia! Tingkuin ko ka! Patoga yakfuli ko kala, Gigi! Uchua penki, tong ituamaji, human act in ikatune, chi itakanki, chan na kilikon, chi wa aita kanki, tong hituama ak inkotune, por tong hiwama ji aki inkotun, tong panokun, nonek, Chiwi aita ka chong chicha. Ki mulira kun king. Kimba no kun nik dorcha. Nekawa dubaka. Patisa. Kon mulis limo poi wanga kun viskin. Chi itakanki changa kilikon. Uba baska dwana chichopa muska. Kimba nikcha lora kun. Ki yuma batmaliaw no wish. Kakin cha nawabagaon. Kun muliras limo poi wanga tokin ba. No kun neksag. Patoga yakfuli ko kala, Gigi. Tingkuin ko ka. Tong hitwana ji sarkat agi inko tune. Chuna mulira. Tong pa non kun nek abog. Jiska dosoki. Kopa bono nakachu. Labora na winki smack toma. Kuyami jusku chitanai. Uchua penki, topa na oto bokasa, yubabato kanchi, yatuka ulan, chiwa aita kanki cha na jupornibo, kun muliras limo poi wanga, tong ituamaji, human act in ikatune. Jiska dosoki, kopa bono nakachu, labora na winki smack toma, kuyami jusku chitanai, uchua penki, Topa na oto bokasa, yubabato kanchi, yatuka ulan, tong hitwama ak inkotune, por tong hitwama ji aki inkotun, tong panokun, nonek, chiwi aita ka tong chicha, ki mulira kun king, kimba no kun nik dorcha. Jiska dosoki, kopa bono nakachiwa, jiska tong Kakin cha nawabagaon. Bagwa shank konti machit Jiwa aita kang kicha na jupornibo. Kun muliras limo poiwanga tong ituamaji human act in ikatune. Ki mulira kun kin. Tong hitwama ag inkotune. Patoga yak fuli ko kala Gigi. Tingkuin ko ka, tong hitwana G sarkat agi inkotune. Chula mulira, tong pa non kunek abog. Ciao baso, Gino mulira ni bubo, tong king ba, no kunek sag. Tong hitwama G agi inkotune. Kachopa bogra shonko tachi cha, chawa wiskun yun kun. Bogra shok chong kanti chopa chawa wisyun kun.
You! I remember you. What are you doing here? Did the Jedi Council send you? I swear I will expose you if they have. You do not fool me for a second. The Council fawns over you and places all their hope in you to save them. You wouldn't turn on them. You are a spy. And a murderer. It was you who killed Juhani and placed this bitter blackness in my heart that I cannot get rid of. I couldn't touch you on Dantooine, but I can here. The Sith have taught me the power of freedom and revenge. For Juhani!
Time to rumble! How'd you like that? How'd you like that?
Yes?
Leave me be. Can't you see that I'm busy? Isn't that obvious? You must be very sharp to possess such an astute sense of perception. Obviously death, however, since I asked you to leave. No, you may not. I'm busy amusing myself, and I'm not going to miss any of the fun. Now get lost before I teach you a lesson.
Seems like not much to do to be worthy of anything. How long you been up to it, boy?
You'll get your turn soon enough, fool. And when you do, I will be there, laughing as you collapse from heat exhaustion and Mikkel's beatings.
Please, don't hurt me.
I am too weak with hunger.
Is there something specific you wanted? And what if I am? That is the whole point. Personally, I think it's wonderful fun. Those fools actually think that if they stand there long enough, I'll let them become a Sith. Idiots. A Sith is not a bantha, all endurance and no brains. A Sith would fight for his life, no matter the odds. If these rot grubs are as stupid as they seem, then they deserve their fate. You demand. Why would I listen to you? I'll do as I please. And if watching these fools starve themselves amuses me, that's what I'll do.
Oh, what a sweet guy. He should get the Sith Congeniality Medal.
Why not just shoot them where they stand? It would at least be more direct.
It is a bit boring standing out here all day, however. I think I'll go for some dinner. It will be fun to think of them while I gorge myself. They'll still be here in an hour or two, surely. I suggest you run along before I decide to make you part of the fun.
Divan rebut, papoilta, ruoda. Ilmo tuntuu sini pirongan ikelfa. Si afurtu, si entruditaut, en rasiput, en si pian kolukio, en alfordit lufta, dvojo. En tibian kolukio.
Leave me be. I won't listen to your manipulations. I will make it into the academy. Just a few hours longer. Just a few hours, surely.
You talked to Meckel? Have I proved my worth? Did he say anything? Oh, no. All this for nothing.
You are neither a Sith, nor do you bear the medallion of a student of this facility. Please, leave at once. It is the device given to one who has been accepted into the Academy, but has not yet proved their worth as a student. If one of the Sith decides you are worthy, you will be given one, which you must then take to Ithorak, who I believe is in the Cantina. It is she who decides which hopefuls enter the Academy. You must be admitted to the Academy. That decision must be made by a Sith who has already been accepted here. The final decision, however, remains with Master Ithorak. I believe she is currently at the Cantina if you wish to seek her out. Now go.
Is there something you need, Jedi? Make it good, for I have little patience. I am. Obviously, you have been told of me. Is it your desire, then, to train at the Academy? Do you wish to become a Sith human? Ah, so you are just another hopeful after all. Or are you? There is something odd about you that I cannot place. Obviously, you are a Jedi. One who is very strong in the Force, it seems. So were you a part of the Order for very long? Did they train you? A Padawan, perhaps? Though it makes little difference. I sense enough raw power within you to... well, We shall see. With that kind of power, you could become a great Sith. Perhaps, if I let you. Does that interest you? Ah, good. Exactly the sort of answer I was hoping for. I will take you to the Academy, and we shall see if you are ready to join the ranks of the Sith. I have only one other question. These companions of yours, they will not be coming with you, I presume? I see. Fair enough. So long as they do not disturb your training or cause any trouble. Are you ready to go to the Academy, then? Then come back when you're ready, but do not take long. I will leave without you.
Hey, what's this? Looks like we found ourselves a bit of sport, my friends.
This is good. I want to celebrate my acceptance into the Academy.
Me too. So how about it, chump? Ready to die? I'm eager to blow off some steam after those tests.
Mucha shakpangpa. Yinkin kun no ba mulri rachikun.
That's pretty funny. Why should we be scared of you?
Kipuna. Gavatumpa kulpa yiya moka paata. Chiyoka kutumpa kulpa yiya.
You know it. Let's enjoy this.
Ready.
Yes?
Let's go!
That hurt, I bet.
Yes?
Yes?
Once you become a Sith, you can do anything. You can feel the power coursing through you. None of you fools can compare to me.
We itana dana titai. GP casa. Kingu mwa mulira dwana. Kachopa bogra shanko tachicha.
Please! You're jealous. You're jealous of my power. You think you deserve this medallion, don't you? Well, let's just see. See? I have the power to do anything!
Pudu, Tunirama na praka donko Czerka Chupapanki.
Sniveling fool! Like you would ever belong beside me in the Academy. I'd rather kill you now and save us the trouble. What's this? It seems I have an audience. Look, Jedi, just keep walking. Unless you want some of the same. You can't stop me! You first, human. And then she dies. Ready?
take that!
How'd you like that?
And take that! Got something on your mind, do you? Korriban's a rock. Mind the Sith. And that's about all I got to say about that. Now, let's get going. Oh, that was not until many years later, to tell the truth. I spent quite some time wandering the galaxy. Nothing so extravagant. I merely traveled from place to place. I don't even think I knew what I was searching for. It wasn't as if my travels were pleasant either. There were plenty of folks who distrusted the Jedi after the war, or worse. If people weren't treating me with suspicion, they were looking at me with greed. I don't know how many thought they could make use of me for their own ends. I got so sick of the treachery and deceit. I left the civilized parts of the galaxy and headed instead for the uncivilized parts. Actually, I was on my way somewhere else when I crash-landed on Kashyyyk. The ship I was using was a rust bucket. I'd taken some damage passing through an unexpected asteroid field, as I recall, but I wasn't completely without some systems. I could still guide her a bit when I crashed. It wasn't what I would call the smoothest landing, especially considering I ended up smack at the depths of the Shadowlands. But I lived. I'm no mechanic, and besides, after you plunge nose first in the trunk of a 5-kilometer-high tree, chances are you don't have much ship left. Sure, why not? It seemed like an interesting enough place to spend a couple of decades exploring. That was a challenge at first. You've seen the kind of creatures that exist down there, and you miss the really big ones. I was still able to rely on the Force to keep me safe for the most part. The rest of the trick is keeping out of the way of most of the predators. No, that's true. Still, most of the creatures grow accustomed to me, and I to them. At least none of them ever heard of a Jedi. Oh, they did at first, oh yes. I can't say I was overly pleased to encounter a group of indigenous giant carpets either, I can assure you of that. No. I was the intruder in their land, after all. They got to trust me well enough after a couple of decades of my aid. When I could, I would assist a few young ones who would get lost in the Shadowlands or attacked unexpectedly by the wildlife. I must say, for a while there, the Wookiees actually thought I was some kind of benevolent forest god. Amusing, really. I set them straight eventually. Nonsense. I had no idea that's what they were thinking for a long time. I just thought they were being friendly neighbors, leaving fruit and such for me. Later, when I started to understand some of their grunting, I realized they would say prayers to the Hairless One before descending into the forest. Hairless One. I used to have plenty of hair, I tell you. At any rate, it took a few bruises, but I set the record straight. I traveled to Rookwaro and met with the chieftain in front of everyone. Freyr swatted at me just to see if I was real or not. I was real, and while it was a light swat, Wookiees are terribly strong. I was knocked out cold for a day. The Wookiees all thought it was quite funny. At first, when the slavers took to hunting down lone Wookiees in the fringes of the Shadowlands, I did my best to divert them. Later, when Shundar made his deal, I didn't see any point. I wasn't here to save them from their own sad follies, after all. Not really. Kashyyyk is a place you can feel very small in. It felt good to devote my time to helping people and living simply. What can I say? I did it all for the Wookiees. The Wookiees? Well, okay, maybe I needed some time on a quiet and remote planet, but if you ever need a friend, An incredibly strong hairball isn't a bad call. I suppose I am in a way, despite the smell. For a race of gardeners, they've developed quite interestingly. You remember the alien computer, correct? Kashyyyk was meant to be an agricultural planet. The Wookiees were made for a reason, or at least that's what I'm thinking. But I'm an old man who's had a long time to develop that opinion, so don't argue with me. At any rate, we should be moving along, don't you think? If you sat around this long in the Shadowlands, attack would eat you.
Ciao baso, Gino Molirani Bubo, Tonkin Ba, Loko Nexag. Topa na Ota Vokasa, Pampa Ki Mulira Kunkin. Chang Wapa Chinyo, Shangwi Chama Ucha, Wish Uyong Kun. Chiwa Aita Kan Ki Jiyokaku, Uba Baska Dwana Chichopa Muska, Kakinja Nawabagaon. Kimba Nikcha Lora Kun, Ciao Baso, Gino Molirani Bubo, Tonkimba, Loko Nexag, Jiska Dosoki, Kopa Bono Nakachu, Labora na Winki Smaktoma, Kuyami Jusku Chitanai, Uchua Penki, Topa na Ota Vokasa, Yubabato Kanchi, Yatuka Ulan. Tingkuin ka, Kimba Nikcha Lora Kun. Tung abashun ni chunchi, kakin cha nawabagaon. Changwaba chinyo, shangwi chama ucha, wish uyong kung. Tong ituamachi. Uba baska dwana chichopa muska, kimba nikcha lora kun. Iyuma batmalyaw no wish, kakin cha nawabagaon. Kun muliras limo poywanga, tong kimba, no kun neksag. Topa na Ota Vokasa, Pampa Ki Mulira Kunkin. Changwaba Chinyo, Shangwi Chama Ucha, Wish Uyong Kung. Ciao Baso, Gino Molirani Bubo, Tonkin Ba, Loko Nexag. Chiwa Aita Kan Ki Jiyokaku, Uba Baska Dwana Chichopa Muska, Kakinja Nawabagaon. Kimba Nikcha Lora Kun. Tong Hitwama Aki Inkotune, or Tong Hitwama Ji Aki Inkotun, Tong Panokun, Nonek, Chiwi Aita Ka Chong Chicha, Ki Mulira Kun King, Kimba no Kun Nik Lorcha, Ciao Baso, Gino Molirani Bubo, Tong Kimba, no Kun Nexag.
Kuyamijus Czerka Napadoga Yapulke Kokola Jeje. Kawana bota eta etagua. Kankidora tokun watamel ita bola. Tonghai wam chichi yumalitha ag inkotu. Tolputa bongwalia gando denara chochot. Kachicho ita audonga. Yumalita inkotu. Jelomoran benu bobo. Wango kumbis kamba molera. Tabis yo bong konki pankpa. Chimpala cheska mule. Tonerana no prata donka serce doma wana kombes toma. Ne shak shilorja kinku no ba mulere raji kun. Tonga bunsha uneno, wanga kun biske, bamulera, chunyon tun jiji itetuana. Kaba volpe molche komana, shachi kien lorcha wata wama. Kaba volpe molche komana. Kin kun shakin, ne ken kun no mulara jikon. Wama kumbes, chimpala mule tunerana pruta. Donke serche doma toma. Jashak bogra onwa cheskat nechu. Achuba cheska wanki. Te toki grato, kontika kon ken kachon pro. Bogra walia na bongsha. Nexa jonsha chuba ken lorna ita kun. Rondi haudonga ku honga vi. Wala kumbes, cheng palamole ton king ba nokonkek. Tukning tacho kun ne molera best. Tabis yo bon konki pankpa. Ching pala cheska mole. Tone rana no prata donka serce doma wana kombes toma. Ne shak shi lorja kinku no ba molere raji kun. Ta kon jostak miki grabel mogo. Kachicho ita haudonga. Tolpa de bongwalia gando de nago chocho. Moga shaponka, bola wana chekne. Pa mulis limo porana wanga kun bis mulera best. Kachicho ita haudonga. Yin kinku no ba mulira chikun. Slimo putona. Ronde haudonga ku honga bi. Wita na tanya yeta. Wata yamaka wama o kakne. Ashwak toyong umne patoga. Wana kumbis chikmala mol tonki. Kachicho ita hotonga. Yin kinku no ba mulira chikun. Slimo putona. Ronde haudonga ku honga bi. Jebedwana ni bobo. Tonga bong sha non gyang. Tong patoga smak telia. Takon jostak miki grabel mogo. Kachicho ita haudonga. Tolpa de bongwalia gando de nago chocho. Moga shaponka, bola wana chekne. Pa mulis limo porana wanga kun bis mulera best. Rondi haudonga ku honga vi. Wala kumbes, cheng palamole ton king ba nokonkek. Tukning tacho kun ne molera best. Yin king kun no ba molera chikon. Ton haik tun kon ching. Ne bobo jemata ne pon naj. Dolpe kikyunan. Kipuna. Bona nai kachu. King ba mulera duana. Don king ba no kun ne. Kava don pe kul palgeya mukata. Wanga kumbis king bo mulera. Ka king chana guang bakon. Kava don pe kul palgeya pontenya. Mana tota. Akuji gratong bola jeshwa konatong. John king no pangpa molere konkile. Konkile no ba. Watatime yokola unko molare. Rondi haudonga ku honga vi. Wala kumbes, cheng palamole ton king ba nokonkek. Tukning tacho kun ne molera best. Tong haiwam chiji yumalitha ag inko tru. Tolpa da bongwalia gando de naga chocho. Kachicho ita haudonga. Yumalita inko tu. Jelomoran benu bobo. Wango kumbis kang ba molera. Shachi kien lorcha wata wama. Kama volpe molche komana. Kien kun shakin. Ne ken kun no mulara jikon. Wama kumbes, chimpala mule tunerana pruta. Donke serche doma toma. Tonga bunsha uneno. Wanga kun bisken. Ba mulera. Chunyon tun jiji itetuana. Kabe volpe molche komana. Rondi haudonga ku honga vi. Wala kumbes, cheng pala mule ton king ba nokonkek. Tukning tacho kun ne molera best. Kachicho ita hotonga. Yin king kuno ba mulira chikun. Slimo putuna. Ronde haudonga ku honga bi. Kuyami jus chetka na patoga ya pulke kokola jeje. Kawana bota ita etagua. Kankidora tokun watamel ita bola. Tabis yo bon konki pankpa. Chimpala cheska mule. Tone rana no prata donka serce doma wana kombes toma. Ne shak shi lorja kinku no ba mulere raji kun. Kachicho ita hotonga. Yin kinku no ba mulira chikun. Slimo putuna. Ronde haudonga ku honga bi. Tonga bunsha uneno. Wanga kun biskeng bamulera chunyon tun jiji ite duana. Kabe volpe molche gomana. Tong hai wam jiji yumalitha ag inko tu. Tolpa da bongwalia gando de naga chocho. Kachicho ita audonga. Yumalita inko tu. Jelomoran benu bobo. Wango kun biskang ba molera. Ta kun jostak miki grabel mogo. Kachicho ita audonga. Tolpa da bongwalia gando de nago chocho. Moga shaponka bola wana chekne. Pamulis limo podana wanga kun bis molera best. Mocha shak pang pang. Yen kin kuno ba molera shakong. Jashak bogra onwa cheska nechu. Achuba cheska wanki. Te toki grato con tika con ken kachong pro. Bogra walia na bongsha. Nexa jonsha chuba ken lorna itakun. Kama tompa kulpa ye moka pata. Bonanai kachu. Yiki kun no ba mulirachi kun. Tung na pong shong nong yang. Kavan volpe molje gumana. Jebeduana ni bobo. Tong na bong sha nong yang. Tong pa toga smaktelia. Konticha nai. Molira aswaktorong onipotaga. Wanaga konteze. Ekra tok haku jijia. Wata yumaka wama hohanek. Achuta. Wanga kumbis dolbe ki kunyana. Tong patoga smaktelia. Kuya michus chetka na patoga ya pulke kokola jeje. Kawana bota ita etagua. Kanki dora tokun watamel ita bola. Achuta. Wanga kumbis dolbe ki kunyana. Tong patoga smaktelia. Konticha nai. Molira aswaktorong onipotaga. Wanaga konteze. Ekra tok haku jijia. Wata yumaka wama hohanek. Kipuna. Kava tompa kolpalye moka pata. Jeyoka ko tompa kolpalye ya. Achuta. Wanga kumbis dolbe ki kunyana. Tompa toga smaktelia. Tonga bunsha unnenon. Wanga kumbis ken. Bamulera. Chunyon tun jiji ite duana. Kabe volpe molche gomana. Achuta. Wanga kumbis dolbe ki kunyana. Tompa toga smaktelia. Shachi kien lorcha wata wama. Kaba volpe molche gomana. Kin kun shakin. Ne ken kun no mulara jikon. Wama kumbes. Chimpala mule tunerana pruta. Donke serche doma doma. Mocha shak pang pang. Yen kin kuno ba molera shakon. Achuta. Wanga kumbis dolbe ki kunyana. Tong patoga smaktelia. Shachi kien lorcha wata wama. Kaba volpe molche gomana. Kin kun shakin. Ne ken kun no mulara jikon. Wama kumbes. Chimpala mule tunerana pruta. Donke serche doma doma. Achuta. Wanga kumbis dolbe ki kunyana. Tong patoga smaktelia. Rondi haudonga kuhonga bi. Wala kumbes, cheng pala muli tong king ba nokonkek. Tukning tachokun ne molera best. Kachicho ita hotonga. Yin king kuno ba mulira chikun. Slemo potona. Ronde haudonga kuhonga bi. Achuta. Wanga kumbis dolbe ki kunyana. Tong patoga smaktelia. Manama tota. Akuji gratong bola jeshwa konatong. Chong king no pangpa mola reconkile. Konkile no ba. Watatime yokola unko molare. Tuniporo. Rana prata don kasercha. Hachu apenke. Watawama molare. Ken kunjo peshwak. No ba molare ji. Jon yon te chiwi da dia. Bola on chiknek. Ba molare slimo ran con bes king. Jashak bogra onwa cheska nechu. Achuba cheska wanki. Te toki grato con tika con ken kachong pro. Bogra walia na bongsha. Nexa jonsha chuba ken lorna itakun. Rondi haudonga kuhongabi, wala kumbes, cheng palamoli tong king ba nokongkek. Tukning tachokun, nemolera best, tong haiwam jiji yumalitha ag inko tu. Tolpata bongwalia gando de naga chocho, kachicho ita audonga. Yumalita inko tu. Jelomoran benu bobo. Wango kumbis kangba, molera, shachi kien lorcha wata wama. Kaba volpe molche gomana. Kin kun shakin, ne ken kun no mulara jikon. Wama kumbes, chimpala mole tunerana puta. Donke serche doma doma. Uita na danya yeta. Wata yamaka wama okak ne. Ashaktorong, umne patoga. Wana kumbis chik mala mol tonki. Konticha nai. Molira aswaktorong onipotaga. Wanaga konteze. Ekratok haku jijia. Wata yumaka wama hohanek. Tonga bumsha umneno, wanga kun biske, bamulera, chunyon tun jiji itetuana. Kabe volpe molche komana, kachicho itaho tonga. Yin kin kuno ba mulera chikon. Slemo potona, ronde haudonga kuhongabi. We ita na danya yitya, kote chanai, topa togas bacteria. Wata wama molere, ken kunjo peshwak. No ba molere ji, jon yon te, chiwi ida dia. Bola on chiknek, ba molere slimo ran kon bes ken.
Got something on your mind, do you? Are we back to that again? What's the best way for me to approach this? Perhaps it's time for a little story. You just keep quiet there, you. I've had to put up with all your busybody questions, haven't I? Well, now you listen to a story, damn it! Now, where was I? Oh, yes, the story. You almost made me forget about it. Nice try, but I'm not that old just yet. Now then, a young man sees a terribly venomous snake in his small village. Nervous, he watches the snake carefully until it leaves. The young man follows the snake into the forest. He clears the branches out of its path and helps it over obstacles. He even works to keep it fed. Shush! Many nights pass, and still the young man continues to follow the snake. He even follows it into the sands of the great desert. In the desert, the snake eventually grows hungry. It turns and bites the young man, its poison quickly working its way into his system. Finally, curious, the snake looks at the boy as he lays dying and asks, "Why were you foolish enough to follow me all the way out into the desert?" The boy looks back and replies, "Did I follow you? I thought I was leading you away from everyone else." And then he died. Well, now, that's what I wanted to see for myself. I've come a long way as it is, and I'm going to die anyway, so that doesn't bother me in the least. I've told you before that you have a destiny before you. This does not mean, however, that your future is already written. They are not the same thing. You have the choice of which direction you take your destiny in. More than engine-sucking Andor, certainly. But even he had a choice. So far, you've chosen to take the lighter path. Can you stay that course, even through the challenges ahead? We'll have to wait and see. I'm not here to judge you or tell you which path to take. I'm here ready to offer you my help, should you ask for it. I do that because I think it's important. More important than remaining in my home and pretending the galaxy doesn't exist. That's why I'm here. I'm rather glad I came too, really. You're a fine young lad. I hope things turn out well for you. Now then, I've chatted enough for one lifetime. Let's get this show on the road, shall we?
Greetings again from the offices of Czerka Corporation. Is this about bounties or something else? Of course, you've done a good job for us and I'm happy to pay you. Farewell. Czerka Corporation welcomes your future inquiries.
You're back! I knew you'd come through for me. I knew I could count on you. You do have a tech land for me, right? Come to Papa, you sweet simian organ. It may not look like much, but once I turn this into a bottle of Torresian ale, it'll end up being worth a fortune. Thanks, Mission. You won't regret helping me out with this.
Please, Griff, let this be the last time. No more cons, no more scams, no more schemes. That's all I ask.
Hey, sis, no need to worry about that. I've turned over a new leaf. From now on, I'm gonna stay out of trouble and do things right. And once we've cornered the market on Torresian ale, good things will be heading my way. Then I'll make it up to you, Mission. Just wait, you'll see. You know, once we synthesize this and start brewing Torresian ale in mass quantities, we're gonna be looking for some investors. You give me a couple of 100 credits, and I can get you in on the ground floor. You'll get a return of, at least 20 times your investment. Hey, don't worry, you'll get your credits as soon as we start mass producing that Torresian ale. I just wanted to know if you were interested in an even bigger payoff. You don't know much about business, do you? When an opportunity like this comes along, you have to jump at it. Come on, what do you say? It's your loss. I better get started brewing that ale. Meet me back here later and I'll give you a down payment on what I owe you.
Hey there, what can I do for you? I appreciate everything you've done for Griff. You know that, right? I just hope things work out for him this time around. I guess we'll find out when he meets up with us at the Czerka Corp shop. If he's got those credits he promised you, then maybe there's hope for him yet.
Rundi hautonga tonkimba ng kongkek. Wana kumbes chimpayamuri kunhunkabi. Tuknen tangjo kunne mulirabest. Jibedwana ni bobo. Tong nabung sha nunjang. Muchititoaki jijaku. Rundi hautonga tonkimba ng kongkek. Wana kumbes chimpayamuri kunhunkabi. Tuknen tangjo kunne mulirabest. Innoba mulera kin kunchikun. Mucha shag pangpa. Jibedwana ni bobo. Tong nabung sha nunjang. Muchititoaki jijaku. Labola na rinkis maktoma. Yinkin slimo podona mulera chikun. Nova rundi hautunga kuhunkabi. Rundi hautonga tonkimba ng kongkek. Wana kumbes chimpayamuri kunhunkabi. Tuknen tangjo kunne mulirabest. Labola na rinkis maktoma. Yinkin slimo podona mulera chikun. Nova rundi hautonga kuhunkabi.
Oh, it's you again. I'll just let you pass. The boys in the office may need authorization in triplicate, but not me. Good hunting out there.
What?
Huh?
What?
Ah, so you managed to come after all. I see you brought friends.
You brought some of your own as well.
Ha! Indeed I did. I foresaw that you might need help, so I arranged a distraction. I do not need to hear your excuses, Jedi. I know why he brought you.
Enough of this talk, Jagi. Let's do what we came here to do.
We both know the stakes here, and we both know what we must do. It is only in death that this can end.
This is a matter of honor. I cannot stand by this insult. I must do this!
In the battle above the world of Althir, he ordered us to attack the enemy flank, promising us support. But when he saw better prospects for his own glory, he abandoned us and left us to die surrounded by enemies.
If I had not attacked when I did, the battle would not have been won so easily.
It would still have been won. You sent your own men to die there, Candaris. I cannot forgive you for what you did to us. You will pay.
That's not the way it happened. The Althiri were fighting hard. I saw a break in their defenses that left their center exposed. I had to take the chance. If I had not done what I did, many more warriors would have died and the battle would have taken much longer. I stand by my decision.
You coward. You glory hunter. You were given direct orders and were part of a plan. You had a responsibility to us.
I can regret their loss, but it was necessary.
You shall all die.
What?
That hurt, I bet.
Oh, this is gonna be fun.
What?
I think this has affected me in ways I didn't anticipate. I think I'll need time to sort things out. Thanks for what you did. Whatever your intentions might have been. I just need time.